Hi, so I am showing my Facebook page. I'm on my homepage because I want to show how Facebook in particular develops a sense of community. So here, the first thing I want to point out is that there is no character limit. I could kind of type out as long of a comment I want to type out. And so, for example, I can write, I'm excited to be going to the Outcry concert 2017. And if you'll see as I'm typing, at the bottom there's no indication of how many characters I'm running out of and the limit I have. And so might as well finish that. And so here I wanted to illustrate basically that I want to illustrate how I can write a lengthier post and engineer it better to more of having a conversation, or having, if not a conversation, lengthier responses instead of very quick and very short responses to my post. So I'll post this. And so another thing I wanted to show was the fact that there are these groups, Facebook groups. And so with Facebook, I have so many different groups. For example, I have one for a family reunion coming up. I'll show this a little bit very briefly. And so we have posts here. Nobody's really responded to it, but we have information, and see at the bottom, we were just kind of people asking questions and having concerns, and it allows for conversation because he can get back to them, my cousin, who is helping engineer the reunion. And so it once again lends itself to having a conversation. But even with these communities, for example, I'm going to look at a different one. So there's one for the University of Illinois. So it's inclusive because if you belong to this group, you can obviously request to be a part of it, and then when you get requested, it kind of is just a group of people who can upload posts and share posts that will spark conversation and essentially just have some community building within just conversation and interaction by just talking about relevant topics or topics that are relevant to those particular people. And so this one was talking about looking for a roommate or even stuff like that. And it's an example of just how people could kind of just respond. And with that, people could also be problem solvers for other people's issues. So I definitely believe that this is just one example that, with in addition to just giving people advertisements and sharing them with each other. What's interesting though is because if you get pages like that, depending on the nature of the community in the Facebook group, the sense of community they're building, it could be also something based off of humor. And so like this funny meme you see here, it's just something where people could kind of laugh at and once again share different comments, versus where at Twitter you would only be able to like or retweet or forward. There's no actually option for you to comment. There is none. So it also kind of invites others to just also just kind of show something else, retweet that. And so even here there's another event, and so they're passing around a list of a picnic coming up, and it's a good way to get people to sign up for things, get people involved, because you can respond in a way that is verbal. Well, not necessarily verbal because you're online, but you can be involved. And then so here there's also, just talking about fun events and informing people of that, and just also just allowing people to know, here, this is what something you could do this weekend, and the other, maybe people can end up doing it together. Just kind of a way to get people involved with interacting with other people. So another thing I just want to point out too, which is kind of minute, but it has to do with the way Facebook is engineered, is that, we're going to go back to my homepage, is that you have friends. In Twitter, they don't call them friends, they say you have followers or someone you can follow. But here, it says friends because it's very much in the mindset of building relational, more intimate type of connection. Or perhaps you're friending somebody you already have known but you feel out of contact with. With this, it kind of allows you to build more of an interpersonal connection versus Twitter, how there is just you follow someone and you like or retweet something they said, but you can't really interact with what they're doing. And so that's just some things I definitely want to point out in different ways where I feel that Facebook, it allows you to have maybe more interpersonal interaction with others versus Twitter.